Hi, Andrew here, and I'm happy to report that I'm no longer quite so scared of my knees. Afraid of your knees, Andrew? Yes. Why would you be afraid of your knees, Andrew? Well, I don't know if I've mentioned it along the way or not, but I have osteoarthritis. I got bad knuckles, bad wrists, a bad elbow, a bad shoulder, bad knees, a bad hip, and I've got, I think it's called spondylosis when you have arthritis in your spinal column. Oh, and toes. Oh my God, my toes I got terrible arthritis in my feet. So, long story short, I got arthritis. Why? An either badly or very well spent youth. I like to joke as I'm hobbling around, signs of a misspent youth, but I'm not sure it was a misspent youth because I became a fairly high-level martial arts competitor, and doing so gave me many great benefits to my life. It's a story for another day, but there's very little chance that I would be putting my face and these videos, my voice, on the internet for all the world to see if it weren't for my martial arts career. That's the upside. The downside would be my bad back, my bad neck, my bad elbow, my messed up wrist, my aching toes, and on and on and on and on. But particularly my knees, because it wasn't just karate training and taekwondo training that did in my knees. I'm a runner, I've mentioned that, and I played racket sports, loved tennis and squash. So I've spent a lot of time thumping the crap out of my knee cartilages. Well, lately the weather here in Southern Ontario has been bad. It's alternating between buckets of water from the sky and severe dry. So we'll go through massive pressure changes, and people with arthritis and people with migraines, and lucky for me, I got migraines too, will tell you weather changes can often trigger these things. Well, a couple weeks ago, I was going through a particularly bad attack from my arthritis. I was having difficulty holding things. My knuckles were just aching, and I was getting to the point where I was about ready to start looking into a new course of laser therapy for my wrists and knuckles, because if I can't run a computer, if I can't operate a mouse, I can't feed my family. I mean, it was bad. And my knees, I was hobbling. I think I finally figured out what hobbling is. Hobbling is when you're limping on both legs at the same time. If my right knee's aching, I limp. If my left knee's aching, I limp. What if both are aching? You can't limp both at the same time. Well, I think you can, and I think that's called hobbling. Well, it was getting bad. I mean, it was getting really bad. Like I say, I was looking at calling up my physiotherapist and getting appointments and getting more treatment. And then a funny thing happened. My wife and kids went to play tennis in the park. I mentioned a few moments ago, I played tennis as a kid. I loved the game. I spent most of the 6 weeks I was in France when I was a kid playing tennis hours every day. My wife and I used to go skiing up in the mountains of Colorado, drive down, and then play tennis outdoors, because the weather in Colorado is like that. It can be minus 20 degrees up in the ski hills and plus 20, that'd be 70 degrees if you're an American, down on the tennis court. And it was great. I love the game. But it's a lot of sharp starting and stopping sideways. And I'm on the gimp. I get a text from my wife, and she says, the boys are out playing, come on. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll go out and see how they're doing, and then I'll go for my walk. I didn't think I'd be able to do anything more than a walk. But then I got roped in. There's something about my youngest. That little maniac, he's a force of nature, and he just has this spark, this life, this light about him that somehow he gets what he wants. And he wanted me to play. So My wife gave me her racket. My oldest was using mine. And I started giving them some basic lessons in how to address the ball, how forehand, backhand. They asked me what a real serve looks like. I demonstrated a real serve, all, these things, because they were going to be going to tennis camp shortly thereafter. And I thought it'd be fun just to do a little bit. And I thought, I'll got 5 minutes. And then they said, oh, well, Daddy, let's play. And I played for a little bit. And then my first two went off to do first two things, and my youngest kept going, and he just kept ramping it up. And all of a sudden, I realized I've been on the court for an hour with my hobbly, achy knees. And I'm thinking, oh, my dear Lord, I'm done. I'm going to go back to the house, and I'm done. Hi, sorry for the interruption. That beep you heard was Kid 1 coming in. If you can hear piano in the background, that's him playing. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes, I had been playing tennis with Kid 3, and I thought, that's it, I'm done. My knees just aren't going to be able to take it. But a funny thing happened. I wasn't done. In fact, my knees stopped hurting after stressing them. I took them out and used them. I ache so much from my arthritis, and I have ached so much from my arthritis. I'm often, as I mentioned, I'm often afraid. I'm afraid that this thing is going to hurt too much. I'm going to pay too much. And I got an important lesson, relearned an important lesson. This body, use it or lose it. Being afraid to do anything with it makes it worse. Going out and doing something with it made it better. The start and stop and make no mistake, as I was running around on the court with the little goof, I was doing those starts and stops, those sudden starts and stops. But it forced the body to address the issue, and it healed up the arthritis attack. And I've been better ever since. This was a couple weeks ago, and I've been feeling great. So I offer you this advice. Make sure that thing you fear is real. My fear of the arthritis, it was a real fear, but it was misplaced. And I should have remembered a lesson that I learned in Mexico a number of years ago. A story I must tell you in a future video, but it was the same thing. A bad knee, being worked, and feeling better for it. Thank you very much for watching. Click a like and a subscribe, something. But that was my time. Now it's your time. And in the meantime, don't be afraid of your knees. I'm not afraid of mine anymore. Take care. And you'll see me soon.